Hello traders, good weekend, wonderful week to come, and this is the weekly forecast for 26th of June 2016, the very last week of June and the very first week while UK decided to leave the Eurozone. So this is going to be a bit busy video. We have to talk about what it actually means and what it brings with it, and what are the opportunities we as traders can enjoy from. So first of all, what happened last Thursday? The UK people, right, Britain people, voted to leave the Eurozone. They decided to separate the forces and to stay all by themselves, by their own. We saw the dramatic and historic day happening live. That pretty much what happened live on that time. Take a look. Since that moment of the top, that was right on the evening, and then boom to the downside, boom to the upside. And when I say boom, take a look, this is 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. And the moves normal on 5-minute charts is like 10, 15, 20 pips. Especially on the night, it's even smaller, right? And here we are talking about 600 to the downside, 400 to the upside, another 700 down, almost erased everything by 600 up, and then the main portion, boom, over 1200 pips, all within few hours. Now why this day was so historical, beside the fact they decided to leave, that was the very first time that the pair created an historical annual top. That was the top of 2016, and at the same time the bottom of 2016. And that's how it looks like on the weekly chart. Take a look. Okay, that's how it looks like here on the weekly. See that? That's the top of 2016. Here we are. That's where we started, right here. And at the same time, the bottom. So, say all that. What and why happened? Well, we could separate too many things, but the bottom line, economy and immigration issues. That's what led it for this decision. Now, the majority of people were not rich people. That were those who suffer and lost their jobs and cannot find new jobs because of the immigration. The immigration force brings lower paid forces, some young generation motivation, which is great on one side, but on the other side affect the others. So the UK crowd decided to leave, and the question is what and how it will affect. On the short term, we saw crisis. If it's the euro, if it's the pound, and mainly the pound of course, and if it's the indices worldwide that actually lost any connection to reality. Now, it doesn't really, because now the economy of UK is that bad. No, that's the fear of uncertainty. That's what it is about. People afraid of the uncertainty. And in order so you can understand why they're afraid, so interview with some guys that voted to leave, they said we voted just to improve the economy. Now the pound dollar is dropping down, so we think, oh, maybe we did a mistake. That's how people think. There is no way back, even though right now there is a temp or online petition that was signed over than 2 million, I think over than 3 million already, to have a new referendum. I still think this is more like a joke because no one actually going to do that, but on an year that is full of surprises, everything could happen and nothing will surprise me anymore. Okay? I always say that, and I will always do. Surprises happen. Don't take everything like default, like certain, like obvious. Okay? And that was the mistake of so many, including Mr. Cameron, including so many others. That's why the pound rallied the entire week before the referendum. Okay? Never undervalue the chance of the surprise. Always have plan B, and they didn't. They clearly did not. And they now wake up for a new reality. A reality where UK is not a part of the Eurozone anymore. So for long run, I think by myself, and I am not an historian or historical professor, whatever it is, to call it good or bad. I'm not any fundamentalist. I'm not any world name economist. No, I am a trader looking on the 6 obvious, and after the crisis will end, new opportunities will arrive. Yes, UK and Europe will divorce, right? Separate forces. But that will give the UK chance to increase their partnerships with countries like US, with other countries from Asia, maybe Africa. UK always was an empire on the past. There is no reason why for long run they will return to be an empire by their own again. I myself are one of those that think that the entire Eurozone idea is not that smart, at least on the current place as it stands. The idea by itself is wonderful, to unite places, countries that want the same, like United States, like Canada and others. But in reality, it's completely different. US was born from the very beginning under one currency, under one main currency. Okay, the US dollar. I mean, of course, after after it stabilized itself, right? Canada using the Canadian dollar, but they all under same culture, under same beliefs, under same nation. That was an attempt to unite different few nations, hard workers, disciplined, and those who suffer from many other things. Okay? So, I don't know, for the way I see that, countries like Germany and countries like, let's take some small names, okay, from this industry, Slovakia. Not that I have anything with Slovakia, not that I have anything with Turkey or anything else, no, not at all. But it's like trying to unite the United States and, well, let's say, I don't know, Chile. That's impossible. That's not going to work. Okay? People with different countries cannot be united for a long run under same principles. No, that's impossible. History proved that. Okay, and we live the history right now. And again, I'm not here to judge at all. Is it good or bad? No. I already said my view. I think that's for good. For long run, of course, on short run that's going to affect. Yes, and people will suffer. Yes. On every crisis, people suffer. We are the first to suffer. And by people, I mean myself, of course, as well. Everyone is going to suffer, this or other way. But for long run, every crisis brings new opportunities for new success. So the question is what's going to happen right now, right? And the leaders from Eurozone, some of them, like the France ministers, they said, okay, that's what you want? Let's divorce fast. There is no reason to play a cat and a mouse game, back and forth negotiation for a couple of years right now. No. You want to do that? Let's do it now, fast, painful, but once and for all Okay? There are other sides like Germany that says no, we don't have to panic, we have to relax and everything. So there is going to be the fight between those who want to cut everything fast and those who don't. There is going to be the fight, those who vote to leave and those who didn't. And the way it seems right now, in about a few months from now, Mr. Boris Johnson, one of the main leaders for the Brexit idea, is going to be the next UK president, at least according to bookies and the chances. So, say it all, right? But still say nothing, because no one could actually predict what is going to happen in reality. Okay? I myself, as I said, I don't think that for long run it will have really terrible effect. No, I think it will burn new opportunities for UK and of course for the entire Eurozone. But the problem is, what will happen if Scotland, North Ireland, if they will actually want to leave the UK? That's a problem. What will happen if the entire Eurozone living will open a snowball right now? And countries like Italy, Netherlands, Slovakia, which I mentioned before, and others will try and say, okay, goodbye, let's have a referendum by our own. Okay, and that could be later on a problem. So, talking about trading, what can we trade? So first of all, you have to understand, guys, right now touching everything related to the pound is more or less a gambling. Not because there is no chance to profit, there is huge chance to profit on such moves, but every stop loss now is going to be very, very big and heavy. Okay, because the moves are huge. You see, this is a typical move. Take a look on this move. Okay, go back. And this move looks the same size, right? See that? It looks the same, right? But there is one difference. This move was 200 pips. This move is 700 pips. Everything now is more dramatic. Everything now is a bit crazier. So everything related to the pound, it's time to let it pass. Now, for long run, what could happen with the pair? We could go for the massive, remember the duplication, which we've been talking about not once, which we will reach 133, and we did. But the thing is, that the divergence was not created right now. And there is a chance we are after 161, and that's slightly below 120, where I believe there is a chance we are going. Take a look on the monthly chart, right? The monthly monster chart, connecting the bottoms here. That actually brings us slightly to 130, and breaking above it would lead us to the 120 zone. Is it doable? The answer is of course yes, especially if we take a look on that, and if we compare the huge cycle we have had before, then we will understand that the 61 zone of it and the 161 zone of it, right here, 120 plus and 120 minus, that's possible, and that's very likely where we are heading. So from my point of view, as long as the crisis is on, and we should remember, Central Bank of UK might intervene, other countries might intervene, they might go and print more money, which brings me back to the discussion we've had long time ago. The Federal Reserve was after increasing rates. How can they increase rates right now? They cannot. They cannot, because the way it looks right now the markets could crash, which might make the Fed take a step forward and decrease the rates, and maybe even quantitative easing again, just to bring in liquidity. That's doable. That's possible. And you have to remember where the first you heard about it. That is possible. Okay, so how this craziness will over? It's still too early to know. It just started. It just started. Okay, that could be a snowball. We have to be careful. So from my point of view, every rally followed by opportunity of divergence, like bearish divergence, let's say here, could be a sell opportunity. Can the pound rally towards 142, 143? Yes. And again, with all the crisis and the craziness, I will be looking only for sells. which means every pound pair, pound dollar, euro pound, I believe is going to, well, according to the cycles, let's put the lines here. Where is all these lines came from? Take a look. This is the cycle, right? That's where we stand right now. You see, we blocked actually the 61.8, but there is a big chance we are after 085, 087. Makes sense? Well, of course, because if we take triple cycle, the entire triple cycle movement we had here, the 50% is 61, which we are right there right now. Then 100 will meet 61.8. Can we rally towards there? The answer is yes, we can, and we even might. Especially if we take a look right now, this break is false break right now. So buys, it is. There is no chance right now, as for now, for a sell. Which brings me to other pairs like pound yen. Can the pound yen continue lower? The answer is again yes. Okay, how lower? Well, you know, when you throw a stone, do you know exactly where it's going to fall? No. Right? And how exactly it's going to rebound? No. But if that continues this way, there is a big chance we are after 120 or so for a pair like pound yen. Maybe even a new bottom. And if we take a look on the monthly chart and we put the line from the bottoms, take a look where it's going to hit us. Right here. It's around 110. That is possible. So sell rallies after every pound, but here is a huge but here. Don't overexpose. That's a huge mistake one can do, overexposure, especially on such movements. And by overexposure I mean take several trades with the same currency at once. You can do 1, 2, but calculate your risk to blow up an account by overexposure. Right now it's too easy. You have to be smart. You have to be well calculating here. Don't try to be a hero. Heroes don't make money. Okay, heroes save others. So save yourself. Save your money. Alright? Okay, let's move on. So that's in terms of every pound. Now, I do want to talk about the opportunities for investing. I myself believe the pound dollar is toward in the 120 zone. I'm going to start purchasing the pound as investment starting from 125. And every, let's say, in between 500 to 1000 points down, if it will drop, I will increase my investment. Why? Because as I said, I don't think this down move is really reasonable for that long run. Pound will return to good days. Pound is still strong and will be strong. And will be great opportunities there. That's why I believe later or sooner it will turn to be a huge buy opportunity. Euro pound looking for sales from around 085, 087 again. Pound kiwi is one of the greatest things I believe will happen. And here is where I want to start. Let's take a look. This is pound kiwi. Okay, taking a look on this cycle. We are right now on the 61.8. But this area, the 170, is doable. Taking a look on this trend line, and we are right there as well. So I am after this area. And here I will want to start the attacks because I believe that's where huge reversal will come. I know it's far. But exactly 1 week ago, we've been around 210, slightly lower. We are now on 190. So what is 2,000 pips for this pair? Nothing. Okay, that's about the pounds. Now the euro dollar. What's going to happen with the euro dollar? Eurozone under the same problems, under the same issues. From my point of view, we are back to the idea of sell rallies. 2 waves up, false breaks or trendline breakouts, and this is opportunity for a sell. Euro dollar and other pairs, they are much more reasonable to trade because they have smaller risks and yet huge potential reward. Eurozone could go once again, dollar, sorry, could go once again to around 105. Could maybe even create new bottoms. So from my point of view, sell rallies. As for now, before we heard about any new intervention or whatever it is under sell mode. Dollar yen also dropping and dropping heavy, but guys, you have to pay attention. Central Bank of Japan is checking the possibility to intervene by themselves. They're preparing the ground for something. That's why we saw this bounce. But we don't have any divergence completed. We don't have anything right like that right now. So we might get the 97 and even 95. Okay? So on the short term, before we actually have any intervention or anything like that, sell rallies. And look for, actually look to make it very, very simple. Let me, where is this? Where is this? Pen disappeared. Hold on, guys. Here we go. I found it. Okay, let's choose the color here for blue, which I like. Okay, something like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and here look for false break or trendline breakouts to try to join the sell. We want to get minimum risk and maximum reward, and our reward should be 97, 95 zone. So that could provide great risk rewards opportunities. Now I want to pay attention for the few greatest opportunities from my point of view coming shortly. One of them is going to be Mr. New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar could still rally towards 0.74, 0.75. It could. But the higher we go, the stronger the intervention would be from the Central Bank of New Zealand. And it will be if we continue to rally higher. But as after this effect, could we look for sells? The answer is yes. We kind of have one wave right now. If we get one more, look for false breaks, retrace, and go for a sell. Look for minimum risks and maximum potential rewards. Assuming that we might have a top, like here, already, we might get going all the way back to the trend line. That could be great risk reward, right? So while, let's say it simply, while we do hold and respect the last bottom, and this beautiful engulfing and the divergence there, we are after sells. The same way I just showed. Okay? If this high is broken, we are after 0.74, 0.75 zone before we switched for ultra sell. Okay, now another New Zealand pair is the Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi, I want to see one more push down before we do start the buy plan. 103.50 down to 102.50 or 102. This is where I believe this divergence is going to complete and reverse. So if we can get it right here, I will be after a false break right on this place, risking very small, aiming very big to around 110, 113, 116. That could be a monster opportunity. Okay, let's keep going. Well, cut franc. Well, this is all related to francs right now is a bit of mystery right now, so I prefer to leave that. New Zealand and Canadian is another pair I am looking at, and here is why. This pair reached a beautiful area. It does create some kind of stop and block by a divergence developing. Here we go. Okay. Now, if we take a look on the 4-hour chart, in the 4-hour chart we did have, and still completing, a triple cycle. We already had one false break during last week right here. So if we get one more false break, this would be a great opportunity to start looking for sells. So for me, here is the plan. False break, retrace down, retrace up on lower time frames, and look to sell here versus the top here, aiming all the way to the trend line right here, providing great opportunities for great risk reward. And according to the cycle we have on the daily, this will be our target, approximately around 0.90. That should provide a great risk reward right here. If it just keep rallying without making a false break, let it go, because then we will be after a potential revisit on this top versus this trend line. Okay, but that's gonna happen right 0.95-ish. Okay, so eyes on this pair, which could be very interesting. And the biggest question now, what is going to happen with dollar Canadian? As it behave right now, there is not bad chance at all we are after 135, 136. We did break the trend line here. We do gain a bullish convergence idea here. So we already had one move down. So actually, if we can get another move down like this, I believe we could get great buy opportunities right from there. Okay, we are after 135, 136 at least, as long as this bottom holds. That's the idea for this pair. Now gold and silver. Gold, well, there is nothing technically that should stop gold right now, except the fact that there is a potential divergence, but as for now, it is only a potential. As long as it didn't complete, from my point of view, it is yet a buy. So if we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, we could go for buys. Again, if the crisis will continue, people will continue to run for gold, which means gold could rally towards 1380, 1400, or even 1500 on this cycle to the upside. So as long as the divergence did not complete by ticking down the MACD and completing a false break, I am after longs. And let's talk about as forex, many pairs on forex like the pound. Not relevant right now. We have to play it safe. Indices, that's a false break. From my point of view, there is no other direction right now than a sell. Unless there will be interventions from the central bank, which will bring liquidity once again for many various pairs, I would be playing very, very, very bearish here. And every rally, from my point of view, is a sell opportunity. So we had like 2 waves here, right? If we can get 2 waves again, we will be after false breaks and sell. The idea is to look to risk small and to enjoy the entire drop down. According to the range we've been speaking about like months ago, we should get right now one more visit around the bottom, which means below 1900, which means there's a lot of opportunities. Same said about the German index, which might go and complete this 1, 2, 3 triple cycle. Same about the FTSE, right? They call it FTSE, FTSE or UK 100 FTSE, of course. There is pretty serious chance we are after serious drop down there. So every rally should be an opportunity to go for sale, unless, and I repeat, unless there will be central bank interventions. So guys, play safe. Do not try to be a hero. Heroes, their job is to save. So save your account. Be a hero, but not by trading, but by saving. Play it safe. Choose the pairs that with the greatest risk reward. If you are about to trade the pound, do not overexpose yourself. That's the things. That's what will separate if you will be successful on that scenarios or not. And get ready for long-term investment. Every crisis brings with it some wonderful opportunities. And later or sooner, this is exactly what is going to happen here as well. So, I'll see you, of course, during the week with more updates, more opportunities, more trades. Thank you very much as for now for watching this video and for your time. I wish you best. Trade careful, trade responsible. And if you like the video, click the like, share with your friends or whoever you believe can have any benefit out of it. Feel free to leave your comment, feedback or question, and I'll do all my best to reply as soon as I can. Thank you once again for your time. I wish you a wonderful week. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov.